I'm Charlie King, Director of Instruction here at Reynolds Golf Academy. We're here on one of our short game greens, and we're going to talk a little bit about distance control putting. So a lot of people call it lag putting, and this is where we're trying to get the ball up close enough so that we can just tap it in. So we don't have a 4, 5, 6 footer, but have more of a 1, 2, 3 footer, or you know, if it goes in, hey, that's a bonus. Percentages show us that there's not a lot of these go in. So our goal would be to make sure that we get it close. Now, a lot of us have developed our feel in putting maybe the wrong way. We got real mechanical. We tried to be too perfect, too much, too early, and we didn't really unlock our feel sensors that we would have if we were tossing a ball. So we had a ball, we're going to toss it. Then if we threw it too far, we'd throw it easier next time, and vice versa, till we kind of found the feel. And so that's the drill I'm going to have you do. It's a little unorthodox. I've got 3 drills I'm going to show you. The first one, a lot of people think at first, very unorthodox. Instead of having you look at the ball, I'm going to have you look at the hole and putt. Now, the reason for that is that in all those other sports I was mentioning, you know, if you were bowling, if you were throwing darts, if you were shooting a basketball, you'd be looking at the target and then either shooting or throwing or whatever in relation to the target. And you would adjust if you were too long, too short, too left, too right. You'd adjust athletically. You'd adjust by feel. And that's what I want you to do here. I really work hard with anybody I give lessons to make their putting more athletic and not too rigid and stiff. So we're going to set up to this hole right here, and I'm going to get everything set up. And then instead of looking at the ball, I'm going to look at the hole and then putt. And I'm going to observe what the putt does. And so I see it went a little bit to the right and it came up a little bit short. So now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to adjust. And so get it started a little more left, hit it a little bit harder, and in it goes. And that happens, I'm telling you, that happens all the time. It happens all the time. Never seen anything like it. It's just uncanny. I give people this drill, and we could stand there all day, and if they were looking at the ball, they'd have a hard time making it. We do this drill, within 10 putts, one of them goes in. It's uncanny. So adjusting athletically is the way to do it. The second drill is we're going to putt with one hand only. So what I have found, you know, when I used to do this at first, I'd always see people putt really well that way, and I liked the way it sounded. And I guess for a while I wasn't sure why it worked. But in thinking about it more and more, with one hand, you end up more pendulum style. It ends up being more of a swing and not guided and rigid and trying to be too perfect and too careful. So with one hand, and then here we'll be looking at the ball, not the hole, we just get really good rolls of the ball. We really just roll the ball well. Same thing, we kind of adjust to what we see. So putting with one hand, I find, sometimes I'm better with one hand than I am with two. So I'll putt that way from time to time. And then the third drill that kind of ties this whole thing together is that my vision has helped me get feel on the first drill. My sense of touch and pendulum has helped me on that second drill. And then this one, it's really going to dial in and see how much of my experiences have come into my system so I can feel it. So this one, we're going to stand here. We're going to look, we're going to putt, we're going to keep looking here, and before we look to see where the ball ends up, we've got to make a guess. So this is the don't look drill. Don't look and guess. So I know this breaks a little bit left to right. So I think that's left and long. So it was a little bit left, a little bit long, so that was a good call. Let me do another one. I think that's pretty close. So that's within 6 inches. So to me, anything within 6 inches, when you say it's going to be close, that's a good call. So if you're making good calls, then your sense of touch and feel are where they need to be. If you put it and go, I have no idea, that's where these other drills and that one come in to develop your feel. These 3 drills put together develop a very athletic sense of how to putt from distances, and you'll become a better lag putter.